so here it's like the spiritual gym. So we are building your body that you are not seeing physically, which is not visible. So we are building up your electromagnetic field. Yeah?
Energy body.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you would like to relax, you can. If you like to engage with the energy and
feel it, or just follow with the visualization that we're sharing.
Yeah, the more you relax actually in your head, the more you will feel or have your psyche that may be open. If you are a bit clairvoyant, if you dream a lot, if you have strong intuition, so this may be enhanced and you will have your own experience. It's okay if you don't see, it's okay if you don't feel anything, as long as you enjoy it. But usually, whomever comes here even for the first time of everything, they feel anyway. You cannot not feel, or you cannot not sense. You cannot not sense something.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Or maybe you will surprise us and say, "Oh my God, I travel in the spaceship and I
Yeah.
saw this."
Or it can be.
We'll be happy to see that.
Yeah.
Also.
Or it can be I felt something heavy on my head. Okay. It
Or
can be something
forehead
like this.
sometime.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's an experience.
So that's it. Just enjoy. And there will be like things that you don't understand. It's okay. You don't need to understand them unless you really want to, and you will have a clear knowing. I remember what it means, diamond light body. and if there's something that doesn't resonate, it's alright. Just go into your own space and enjoy it tonight. Yeah, it's a safe space, so make the most of it for yourself. Cool. All right. It's a bit high the thing, no?
That's good.
So good evening everyone online watching as well. Welcome on Mondays. The activation, the transmission, the upgrades, the spiritual gym. As we just mentioned. Actually it's nice, the spiritual gym.
Yeah. So Monday meant to be more like athlete style, a spiritual athlete style. So more engaging and more the terminology used also sometimes. If you never heard about it, you will not know it, but somehow on the back of your consciousness you will know. So higher gate, higher self, even if you don't know exactly what is it, you can visualize something in the back of your head.
Okay. So yeah, I've been teaching the entire 3 days about energy, frequencies, vibration, harmonic, resonance, universe, macrocosm, microcosm, geometry. So we are bandwidth of energy manifesting in waveform, which comes through sound and light. And when it becomes dense, it becomes matter and a 3D reality. Yeah. So we can literally tap into anything if we allow our consciousness to shift, to stretch and to expand. We tap into the consciousness that we are also choosing and that we are vibrating. So it's all about being a magnet to bring forth all that is matching our experience, our existence, our contracts, soul contracts, and the realization that we are choosing for ourselves, the self-realization, the self-mastery, our journey within, our enlightenment, our ascension, ascending the frequencies. Another way to understand ascension is ascending the frequencies. It's actually a very normal world. And when we're being on the spiritual level, is you are ascending your frequencies, you are elevating, you are transmuting, you are transcending into your highest fractal. So voila. How is everyone doing lately? Do we have like common energies? Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I've spoken to George. Svetlana didn't come because she doesn't feel well.
Yeah.
I feel really weird the past few days, like super intense.
Okay, I'm glad you said that.
Something is off.
Okay.
Like something's going, like the surgery is going on, but for a few days.
Okay.
So I don't know if there's anything going on or it's just me.
Well,
but
there
I've
is
heard
some.
from a few people. Yeah.
It's on the mood or the energy, physical, like
Do you feel
everything,
intense?
moods.
Intense in everything almost, but
Yeah.
also in energy wise.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you're doing meditation, feel like very intense or vibration.
Yeah, very intense.
yes
So,
as well.
yeah.
Okay. I see.
Okay,
yes.
we'll
here.
mention.
Yeah.
Erika today was mentioning to us also. She came like, oh, this week is
Yeah.
of course.
Exactly.
So we are, I'm assuming also, could be also celestial something happening in our atmosphere around the sun and the earth. But as I assume is, we started the Unconditional Love project, and on Thursday, so we have a brave soul up to, we are around 16 people or 18 people, something like this. We are constantly been doing for months and a half almost meditation and working with the crystal to bring high frequency on earth. And we were preparing, practicing online, everything you can imagine. Everyone has his vortex and so on. And then on Thursday was the first presentation of going to the Mother Earth and saying, all those souls, this beautiful soul, have done the work for embodying unconditional love with the crystal. Would you give us permission to amplify the energy? So Thursday, Mother Gaia.
Thank you.
Welcome, guys. We are, if I have the picture, I would like to show it to you. Do you have it in your iPad, the dome?
Which dome?
I have it, I'll show it to her.
Yesterday. The one I posted yesterday?
No, the one that I drew, it's very simple so they can understand. I'll show you the dome. So Mother Gaia with many guardian, I would say, they've done something like this.
Lighten up your screen now.
Can you see? So we have a dome on top, dome below, with the open gate above and below, the lower gate going to the Mother Earth's heart, and it has a very specific energy pouring into it, and above the one is going beyond the astral into the higher realms of the Alliance, which is Archangels, and I mentioned many names who work with this energy, Christ consciousness, Seraphim, Cherubim, all these higher realms are connecting. So this is the first approval we received from Mother Gaia that we are in incubator right now. Incubation. So basically, where the energy will be supported, so it will grow stronger. And what's happened usually in that state, whoever in that field, in that radius, you do it or you don't do, any lower frequency duality, it starts melting automatically.
Yeah.
Anything separation from divine, any forgottenness starts melting. So you feel like poof, and it's going to increase according to, because we are doing the work, guys.
And the fact that even so you are not connected directly to building that energy in the project, you are connected to this vortex in the house, so you are receiving it. So if you meditate and it's very, very strong, tune in on the activity of the house. You may have received some information, download an energy as you are connected, as I said, and you are tapping into it. So you are receiving it as well.
The way you can also visualize it as, there is like, when we start doing the project, and on Wednesday I'm going to mention it again and again if you want to join us on Wednesday. We're doing also the Unconditional Love. This Wednesday,
yeah.
We're doing the Unconditional Love healing transmutation. If you want to do some healing, receive healing. It's like eternal flame. So a flame does not need resource. This flame comes from divine and hold unconditional love frequency, basically. Unity consciousness in it. So imagine that flame is becoming bigger and bigger in the space right now. So whoever in that radius, automatically anything that based on separation, forgottenness, ego, all those constructs, by itself they start receiving unity consciousness. So your forgottenness start melting. So that means if you have an attachment to old anger, you have to let go. These kind of things start happening automatically. And if you are meditator, you will feel intense energy coming further. So I would say Dubai, been for years right now, a very powerful place where a lot of light workers doing peace and light and healing and so on. And when we've done the project, we were very dedicated for one month and a half. And then we presented, it's a collective calling. If the collective was not ready, we will not be able to do that, basically. So the collective reached a point where we received this calling. This calling came through our channel with Archangel Shamuel specifically, to be honest. And then it's led with many other ascended masters say, okay, you do this work, present it to Mother Earth. Mother Earth give permission, and then it move forward. And it's going to be a school of healing where people can tap into this energy and use it for healing or resource or for their energy or their connection, whatever it is. It's an eternal flame basically of unconditional love. You can use it for whatever you want. So that's what's happened on Thursday. And it's with the thanks for many who join us. You can see many of here with their dedication and their sending love and being this host for unconditional love. We made available this kind of energy for the benefit of everyone. And it's an invitation. If someone doesn't want to feel it, you can resist, that's fine, nothing will happen. But if you are a bit spiritually connected, you'll feel you want to receive, you want to go further with unconditional love. It's very simple basically. Right, so that's what's happening.
Yeah, that will be our debrief.
And today we're going to more into I am presence and continuation, to be honest. There is something happening further about the ego construct that we are receiving, and we witnessed it recently with many people. So the ego right now in, let's say, survival mode. It's like it's trying to stay in the game. Ego is based on persona, separation, this is me, this is yours, I'm against you, you're against me, I protect myself. Individuality, all this kind of thing. So the ego right now, with all of us, basically, we still have the ego because we have persona. My name is this, your name is this, da-da-da. Now is trying his last resort, if you are awakening, to keep in charge. No, don't bring full unity, I will lose my power because I am about individuality and separation. So we witnessed recently sometime the ego coming online while you are in your life, and you're having those thought of why I'm still seeing this, because it's your choice as consciousness right now to say to the ego, relax, you'll stay, but I am connecting more in unity right now. I do not need to keep myself in separation. I allow the unity come through me. And then you will witness in small part of this growth that you will handle the ego further. And one of the way we receive is I am presence. The word of I am presence is everywhere, almost in many of religion, culture and spirituality. I am presence is you remember I am as beingness, as a consciousness, presence. Presence does not have any identification, it's just pure presence. And the way we receive the channeling is I am presence of divine. Very pure, doesn't have too much idea, just presence there in your heart, in your space. And then that I am presence looks like divine spark. And you just center and just light up. And all your story about you and everything collapse in that space. Because you become is just okay. There is a presence of divine start happening in the space. It's very beautiful, and you witness many of those story when the I am presence within you becomes strong. They don't have power over you. Your anger story, your whatever those kind of story that based on separation, they will lose their power when the I am presence in you, the divine presence. That's why this word been used many times. Presence doesn't require anything. Just sit there, allow the divine to be with you. That's it. Very simple. And then just happen. So might do it today.
We will, it's what we will see this afternoon, going deeper in the I am presence. It's something if you have been with us for like regularly since we started, it is something that comes regularly in the sessions. Small bit here, in courses as well. So it's not new. It's not something that is being brought up from the sky. It has always been there. Now, as it's coming intense and strong, as Georgie was saying, the I am presence is your higher self embodiment, your Holy Spirit, your divine self, your sovereignty, your sovereign self. And we're gonna guide you how to also declare your I am presence. So we have done that for ourselves, like George had it maybe like 10 years ago. So it's like pages written of your I am presence declaration. So we're gonna, we will, when we will say that? It's the Unconditional Love Project.
Yeah, last time.
And the Ascension, we will, in the Ascension Pathways course, we will integrate it as well.
Mhm.
And in the Unconditional Love project course as well, we will give you the guidance for you to write your I am presence. So yeah, and it's something that you can embed in your sessions, in your meditation with your clients too. So yeah, that's great. Yeah, let's see how it will go today.
In
the
Arabic,
session.
when you shall come through, this is very recently started happening when I was giving the lecture for Ali. Ali is not here. So I was having session. Toot, toot, eep. Arrange not yet. One more time. Happens. So I was doing session with one of friend, and I received the first time the explanation of it more in Arabic. It was. Keep looking. Just make sure. This is the mind, you notice? Yeah, I'm hearing you. Continue. It happens, it's fine. Just sometimes observation is funny. Everyone moves something, everyone look. Okay, he's moving something, it's not a big deal. But I mean, the mind trying to always analyze what's happening. Alright, so the way that I received it was أنا الحضور حضور القدوس في كل القلوب. I was like, my God. So the translation is same.
Yes, please, translation.
I am presence. I am presence, but it went into like stages of deep meaning. So I am presence of divine in every heart. But it went into like one level, and then went to another level, and then another level. So it has a meaning and depths and depths. And the more you contemplate on it, just this sentence. I remember I was doing channeling to my friend Ali, and he doesn't speak Arabic. And I'm channeling in Arabic. And Yeshua, so the way Christ presented itself, it's continuing in Arabic, and I'm translating and continue with the Arabic. And then my mind's like, Ali doesn't understand Arabic. And then the thought came like, doesn't matter. It's a coded presence. He will receive it in his consciousness, not in the mind. And then the continuation part came in Arabic also. لا تدركها العقول بل ستدركها القلوب. Where is that? لا لم تعرفها. Something like this. So it means the mind will not understand. The heart will understand. I was like, oh, okay. That's why it doesn't matter the language. So the more you contemplate on it, you see this kind of presence taking place in you. And there is a light shedding all this duality and fears and any story that is consuming your ego or your ego consuming you with the story. It starts melting, and there is a deep presence start taking place. When you're talking, when you're interacting with people, you do not react, you act. It's completely different. Or respond in another way. Yes.
Yes.
Water.
Huh?
I forgot my water.
Yes, Sudan, can you help in the kitchen? Yeah, thank you. All right. Before we start, so it's mentioned one time, and the mind can grasp it as it's still on. Just in front of the crystal grid here, you have the box for your payment, and you can write your name as well. So it's there. And if you need change, you can ask us, but I think and I believe there will be enough change in it, but you still can ask us at the end of the session. So I let you be responsible for your payments. Thank you for that in advance. This weekend we have, so this Wednesday we have the Unconditional Love session. We are somehow squeezed in the room because we like the more the merrier, and when we are squeezed, the love is overflowing. So come a bit in advance to have your own spot if you are sensitive with your back. This weekend we have a workshop with Nada. Nada is going to teach the feminine, so it's for women obviously, feminine rituals. So if you feel like this weekend you're free and you would like to join, then let me know, we have a couple of spots left. The details is on the website. It's feminine practices. We have next weekend the level 3 of Ascension Pathways, which is the Christ-like body with Georgie. It's complete. Yeah. So the next level 1, 2 and 3 of the Ascension Pathways will be August.
Yeah, we're starting the school of the Unconditional project right now. Will be more important. And we are doing 4 hours attunement of unconditional love healing, and it will be free
8th of June
or contribution base basically. So every Wednesday that we are doing the unconditional love, even Nada now she's making it also contribution base if you want to come. So Wednesday all the time are free, open, but if you would like to contribute, you are welcome of course. And the 4 hours attunement, the first one will be after Turkey.
It's the 8th of June.
8th of June. The 4 hours attunement will, now the field is taking place and becoming strong, the unconditional love, eternal flame, and we experience on it on healing also. We test it out many times on healing, it's very powerful. So the attunement will be if you like Wednesday or you want to receive healing and tune into this energy that we are building right now together with the earth and higher realm. Come on that 4 hours, you receive 4 hours talk, explanation, then meditation activation, and then will be channeling and transmission. Most probably will be Archangel Samuel or the Christ. We'll see. Of course, we don't know who's coming through. We open up the gate, and the people who's joining the 4 hour attunement, they will receive attunement to connect to that eternal flame, and they become part of their energy practice.
So if you are more than 20, we will do the session somewhere else. Okay.
So right now we'll do it in the house. We'll see if we are more than 20. We'll do somewhere else. And then after this 4 hours attunement, we'll start the training. Level 1, level 2, level 3. How you can build
in July.
the grid. How you can be a healer. How you can be with this frequency that's coming in you.
Change the word healer, babe.
Still, it's a comfortable word. People they will.
Pillar 1.
Facilitator of transmutation.
Yeah, it's like the pillar of this light, of the pillar of divine lights, gate programmer and gatekeeper. That would be the main word. The word healer, we've been like discussing around it, like how to approach it, because it's still very common in like as a term, but it's not healing. It's like aligning. It's transmuting. It's transcending. So we don't have the word exact yet. Maybe it will come. But it's basically to attune your pillar as neutral and expand it for that light to be anchored and for you to be a device of transmission for the earth and for that flame. So that will be the process. How to be a great programmer and a gatekeeper of that light. And with this information, and I mean, see it beyond a course. It's like you're being guided to step into your mastery. It's like a mentor course. And once you're there, after practicing and holding space for yourself, for others, you'll be attuned gradually with practice, with your own practice. You'll be attuned to actually transmit those codes to others. Yeah. So that's the aim.
Yes, the aim is it's very simple the way we received it. Yet it's required a lot of training, but it's very simple as a concept. And the people, they will grow and get mentorship and learning how to utilize it and open up their grid, and then they can teach it to others. So it's spread very fast. We are looking for maybe in 1 year, once it becomes strong, then Pillar of Light can very easily spread it to many people, and then providing this unconditional love to everyone, or reminding everyone with it, because we already somehow it's belonged to us. We just forgot into the separation and ego game.
Can you imagine or visualize now all those pillars of that unconditional love, all these pillars spread around the world, connected.
And we have dom.
It's like a walking grid.
It's really amazing.
So
Everyone getting
anyone,
testifying.
exactly.
What's happening?
So it's like a synthetic grid with a crystal and a movable grid with all the
Who
pillars.
felt the intense energy also last week from you guys? Riham, she was mentioning.
Wednesday.
Sabine, you told me story with your cat.
Okay, Wednesday.
Yes, you felt
It
this,
was
right?
Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah.
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 So even though it was not announced, even
Yeah,
without
we-
communicating, as we are in one field, it's being received. Yeah. So it's being felt. So it's like what? Also the mind. What's happening? What's happening on the earth, on the solar rings, on what's happening in a social platform? What are they doing? And then we deliver the information. All right.
Alright.
Thank you for
for
listening.
joining us on
Yeah.
Facebook. Connect with
Perfect.
you next time. Much love. See you on
Yeah.
Wednesday or Monday. We are always online and in the house.